What's good, everybody? I'm here to talk about the massive Sawsbuck buffs and changes in this hack. They are super, super sick. He has two absolutely incredible abilities in adaptability and versatility. Versatility functions like Protean. Reason being is because Sawsbuck is known for changing forms. You know, he adapts to the seasons, he adapts to the climate, he changes his appearance depending on what season it is. So that's the logic for adaptability. As for versatility, it's literally the same thing, but instead of being adaptable, it's more so that he just can change forms. It's really a very general sounding ability, and most importantly, it makes a great complement to adaptability because in this ROM hack, you do have access to infinite usability capsules, so every single Pokemon is designed so that you switch between their abilities as you play through the game. Depending on the boss fight that's coming up, you can run adaptability or versatility. Both of them are very great, and they are equal in terms of how often you'll be using either one. So that's awesome. Stat-wise, massive buffs. He has a great 95 base HP now because Sawsbuck is actually pretty damn huge. I mean, bucks and deer like this in general are pretty huge. He is 6'3" and 203 pounds, so he's a big deer. Then he has base 80 in both defenses, so 95, 80, 80 is really good bulk overall. Obviously, it's not like incredible, but it's for an offensive Pokemon with 110 speed and 110 attack, it's great. Of course, that 110 attack is massively bolstered by adaptability and versatility and his incredible new move pool, which I'll get into. But the speed tier might seem incredible, and it is good. Don't get me wrong, 110 is good, but keep in mind that the speed tiers in this ROM hack in general are much higher. You can check those out in the description below. There's a little speed tier guide, and most importantly, there's also a move guide, because I have buffed and changed 600 plus moves in this game. So you should definitely give that a look if you are just a background listener or a new watcher of my videos. Definitely give those a look. That's super important. Literally every move is changed, and those make a huge difference in how Pokemon function. So you got to give those a look. But that being said, Sawsbuck, I don't even like. He's just really strong and really tanky for being so strong. Great move pool. So stab wise, he has really nice stab. Branch Leech is of course Horn Leech, but it's 90 base power, renamed so that other Pokemon can get it, like Abomasnow and Torterra and all this other stuff. But it's really nice because, I mean, it's like, you know, you're relatively tanky and you have 90 base power stab right there, no drawbacks. Of course, stuff like Trop Kick is great, which always drops the opponent's attack and special attack by 1. You got stuff like U-Turn and Parting Shot, Charm, all that's great utility. Obviously, U-Turn is very strong as well with versatility. And then in terms of versatility, so basically your adaptability stab is very strong, right? So you can easily switch between the abilities depending on what you need, because adaptability makes your stab super strong, while versatility makes your stab significantly weaker. However, your coverage moves are much stronger. So you're trading power for, like, more power on less power on more moves is essentially what you're trading, versus adaptability is way more power on way less moves. And Grass Normal is actually a pretty good dual stab combo, but it's not the best in the world. Nothing too crazy. Another cool thing I didn't mention yet, by the way, is that there will, if you played my other hack, Bear and Black, you probably already know about this, there will be either an island scan or some type of in-game trade or gift Pokemon or something that will be a winter form Sawsbuck locked into its winter form, because you can't change the forms in Gen 7, that will have the moves Icicle Crash, Icebreaker, Ice Shard, and Haze. So priority, strong, 110 base power Icicle Crash, Haze for utility, and then Icebreaker is a very strong move as well. You can check out what that does in the description. It's basically Freeze Shock, but much stronger and 100% accurate and all this other fun stuff. And it's just really good. So that's really cool. Okay, and that obviously adds on the ice coverage onto his already incredible coverage. That doesn't mean that Winter Sawsbuck is objectively, oh my god, I can't talk, objectively better, because level 34 you'll be reaching Ula Ula Island pretty much right after you beat Olivia, roughly, is when you'll be level 34. So you still have a long ways to go until you get to Tapu Village, which is when that island scan will be for the most part. Maybe not literally Tapu Village, but that area, you know, the snowier area of Alola. And of course, Deerling is available early on, so it will be available relatively early on, so that's really good. It has very high base power moves, very strong coverage moves like High Horsepower, Earthquake, and I actually didn't put Earthquake on there. He has Mega Tanky. He doesn't even need Earthquake, but I'll list it. It'll still get superpower. This is like the live thought process, as you guys see. A lot of the post game moves are not listed, but they still learn them, so he'll still get superpower, but it's only post game, so it's not a big deal. Where is Earthquake going? That goes after Solid Blade. Chronologically. These are also, by the way, if you don't know by now, these are listed in chronological order, so they're listed in order you get them in the game, which is really cool. But yeah, incredible coverage. You know, you've got ground, fairy, fighting, which are the most important ones, and rock. Ground, fairy, fighting, rock. Those are like the really important coverage moves to you know, be alongside grass and normal. And you also have other stuff like steel, bug, psychic, dark. Those are all good as well. But you have really strong moves like head smash, rock slide, headlong rush, megaton kick, earthquake. Oh, I didn't say electric either. So wild charge, play rough, takedown, all these close combat, all these moves are buffed or changed. So definitely give those a look. But yeah, first impression's really great with versatility. It becomes stab. You also have other priority in the form of quick attack and seed shot, which are pretty good for adaptability sets, although not really that much needed because you are not very fast, but fast enough. Naturally, you don't need the priority in game because you don't have access to the movie learner until the end of the game. So you got to juggle your movesets really quickly, and Sawsbuck is going to obviously want a lot of move slots. Skull Bash is awesome. Skull Bash gives you +1 attack, accuracy, and defense now, and it always crits, so it's 90 base power and it goes to 135, and then you of course get a free, essentially what is a coil boost when you click it with Power Herb. And he is actually pretty damn tanky, so 95 HP, 80 defense with a Skull Bash up, I mean, he's going to become a menace. He also has Swords Dance and Bulk Up for later in the game as well, although keep in mind that PP of setup moves is nerfed, as well as setup moves in general are a lot less overpowered because of all of the anti-setup stuff I've put in this hack. You can find more about that on the move sheet, or watch some other videos or something. I don't want to dwell on it too long here, but another really cool thing you can do late game in time for Mina's trial is Camouflage and Baton Pass. Z Camouflage, obviously flavor-wise, Camouflage fits Sawsbuck very well, and then Z Camouflage gives him +1 to all of his stats, so he becomes incredibly tanky and very strong and very fast. And the cool thing about Z Camouflage is if you're running terrain, you can turn into that type. So a lot of Pokemon in this hack have Electric Surge, Psychic Surge, Grassy Surge, etc. And also Grassy Terrain and Electric Terrain, excuse me, are TMs because of the abilities Bolt Rush and Grassy Guard. I didn't want those to be too situational, so you can just tack those on. Same with Sunny Day, Rain Dance, all that stuff. And so you can run Electric Terrain, for example, on your teammate, and then you can Z Camouflage, and then you can Wild Charge with Adaptability. And now you have Adaptability boosted, +1 attack, Wild Charge, stab in terrain, as well as being very bulky, of course with the +1 defense and special defense. So it's really, really cool. Or you can just Baton Pass that boost. However, keep in mind Baton Pass is nerfed to be negative priority now, so it's actually not a nerf in some cases, but in this case it's obviously a nerf because he's a faster Pokemon. But you know, that's just for balancing reasons. But otherwise, just great utility, great bulk, great offensive capability, great abilities, just a great Pokemon. Very underrated in my opinion, very cool. And like I said earlier, that winter form will have ice as well as coverage, which is pretty good. Icicle Crash is very strong, but it's not like the most important thing in the world. You really don't need it. It's just like, hey, you know, if you want to use that as an Allen scan, you can go ahead and grab it. But yeah, that's about it. A couple other things I could touch on, but I'm gonna leave it there. I will say also that reliable recovery is nice to have in the form of synthesis via tutor. That's nice because you can easily reteach that, so you can run a bulkier set for certain boss fights, because not only do you have infinite usability capsules, you also have infinite EV training, so you can slap on a bulky set for a lot of fights with like parting shot, synthesis, versatility, or branch leech plus adaptability and become super tanky. An assault vest set would be pretty good with branch leech even because you have such a good HP stat, and the spit F stat is solid with AV. You got that branch leech, you can run U-turn and that kind of stuff, and it's really good in general. He can do a lot of different things. All right, so that's awesome. Really good buffs for Sawsbuck overall. Powerful stab wise, I'll quickly say stuff like you get impact as 160 base power, drops your attack by 2. Strength is normal type close combat. Double edge is even stronger than strength. However, of course, that's a recoil. Wood hammer, same thing. High jump kick, I didn't cover by the way for fighting coverage as well, instead of takedown or close combat or low kick or double kick or any of these other moves. Head smash, headlong rush, very strong. That's about it. All right. I don't really know what else to say, but yeah, Skull Bash adaptability is huge, very strong, very cool Pokemon, okay? Very good Pokemon as well. So thank you so much for listening, everybody. Hopefully you found these buffs entertaining. Hopefully you found them fitting. I know they are. I think they are very fitting, and they are very cool. So thank you so much for listening, and I'll be back for more Unova Pokemon coming up. Peace.